President Trump has signed a new executive order. This executive order is not just any routine document, it represents a significant shift in the balance of power within the federal government. This order is making waves across the nation, stirring up discussions and debates among politicians, analysts, and the general public alike. The media is abuzz with breaking news and headlines, each trying to dissect the implications of this bold move. It aims to give him more power, specifically over independent federal agencies. These agencies have traditionally operated with a degree of autonomy, free from direct political influence, to ensure unbiased regulation and oversight. This power grab targets independent agencies, which are supposed to be free from political influence. Agencies like the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, and the Federal Trade Commission, FTC, are designed to function independently to maintain checks and balances within the government. Trump wants to change that. He believes that these agencies should be more accountable to the executive branch, arguing that it would lead to more efficient governance and better alignment with the administration's policies. This executive order is a big deal. It represents a fundamental shift in how the federal government operates, potentially altering the landscape of American politics and governance for years to come. It's causing a lot of controversy. Critics argue that this move undermines the independence of these agencies, which is crucial for preventing abuse of power and ensuring fair regulation. Protests have erupted, and news panels are filled with heated debates on the topic. People are worried about what it means for the future of these agencies. Will they still be able to function independently, or will they become mere extensions of the White House, subject to the whims of the current administration? Will they still be able to function independently? The fear is that the erosion of their autonomy could lead to biased decision-making, influenced by political agendas rather than objective analysis and regulation. Or will they become tools of the White House? This executive order raises fundamental questions about the separation of powers and the future of American democracy. As the nation watches closely, the implications of this move will unfold in the coming days and months, shaping the political landscape in ways that are yet to be fully understood. Tightening the reins, the executive order is all about control. Trump wants more of it. He wants to be able to tell these independent agencies what to do. No more acting on their own. This means the agencies will have to answer to the White House. They'll have to get permission before doing anything. This includes making new rules and regulations. Trump will have the final say. In the crosshairs, not all agencies are created equal. Some wield more influence and operate with greater autonomy than others. Some are more independent than others. This independence can be a double-edged sword, providing both the freedom to act in the public interest and the potential to operate without sufficient oversight. The SEC, FTC, and FCC are some of the big ones. These agencies play crucial roles in regulating various aspects of American life and commerce. They're responsible for things like Wall Street, consumer protection, and the internet. The SEC oversees the financial markets, ensuring transparency and fairness. The FTC protects consumers from deceptive business practices, and the FCC regulates communications, including television, radio, and the internet. He wants to bring them to heel. Trump's administration argued that these agencies had too much unchecked power and were stifling economic growth and innovation. He doesn't like that they have so much power. Trump believes that the power should be more centralized, with greater control resting in the hands of elected officials rather than independent agencies. He wants to be the one calling the shots. By reining in these agencies, Trump aimed to shift the balance of power, ensuring that major regulatory decisions would be made by those directly accountable to the voters. This isn't the first time a president has clashed with independent agencies. Throughout history, there have been numerous instances where the executive branch has sought to assert more control over these bodies. The debate over the power and independence of regulatory agencies is a long-standing one. It raises fundamental questions about the balance of power in a democratic society and the best way to protect public interests while fostering economic growth. As the scrutiny on the SEC, FTC, and FCC continues, the public remains divided. Some argue that these agencies are essential for protecting consumers and ensuring fair markets, while others believe they have become too powerful and unaccountable. The future of these agencies will likely be shaped by ongoing legislative and judicial battles. Lawmakers and courts will play crucial roles in determining the extent of their independence and authority. In the end, the goal is to find a balance that serves the best interests of the American people, ensuring that regulatory agencies can effectively carry out their missions while remaining accountable to the public and their elected representatives. Experts sound the alarm. Experts are worried. They're sounding the alarm. They say this executive order is dangerous. It could undermine these agencies. It could also harm the country. What happens if they become beholden to the White House? These are important questions. The answers could have a profound impact on America's future. Section 5. A historical perspective, presidential power. This isn't the first time a president has tried to grab power. It's happened before. It'll probably happen again. Each era brings its own challenges and opportunities, and presidents often see these as chances to assert their authority. Whether it's through executive orders, legislative maneuvers, or other means, the drive for power is a constant in the Oval Office. It's a tale as old as time. From George Washington to Abraham Lincoln, from Franklin D. Roosevelt to Richard Nixon, each president has faced the temptation to stretch the limits of their power. Some have done so out of a genuine belief that it was necessary for the good of the country, while others have been driven by personal ambition or political gain. Presidents throughout history have tried to increase their power. They've used different tactics. Some have relied on the support of Congress, while others have bypassed the legislative branch altogether. Some have used crises as a pretext for expanding their authority, while others have taken advantage of periods of relative calm to consolidate their power. But the goal is always the same: more control. The methods may vary, but the end result is often the same: a stronger, more centralized executive branch. This has led to ongoing debates about the proper balance of power between the different branches of government and the role of the president in a democratic society. Trump is just the latest in a long line of power-hungry presidents. His actions have sparked controversy and debate, but they are part of a larger historical pattern. As we look back on the history of presidential power grabs, we can see that this is not a new phenomenon. It is a reflection of the inherent tensions and challenges of governing a complex and diverse nation. Section 6. Divided we stand. Lawmakers and experts react. The reaction to the executive order has been mixed. Some people support it, others oppose it. It depends on who you ask. Welcome to America. Democrats are mostly against it. They say it's an abuse of power. Republicans are more supportive. They say it's about time someone reined in these agencies. Section 7. The legal battlefield challenges and potential outcomes. The executive order is facing legal challenges. People are suing. They say it's unconstitutional. They want the courts to strike it down. The outcome of these lawsuits is uncertain. It could go either way. The courts could uphold the executive order, or they could overturn it. It's a waiting game. Section 8. Charting the course implications for future regulatory policy. The executive order has big implications. It could change how regulations are made in the future. It could also impact the balance of power in Washington. It'll also be a big loss for Congress, and it could mean trouble for the American people. Section 9. A nation at a crossroads. The balance of power hangs in the balance. America is at a crossroads. The balance of power is at stake. Will Trump succeed in his power grab, or will the system of checks and balances prevail? The answer to this question will have profound implications for the future of American democracy. Stay tuned. It's going to be a bumpy ride.